Hey everyone. Today I want to talk about something very important that most people are completely missing. It's about silver. Not the shiny jewelry you see in shops, but silver as money, as power, and as a quiet move being made by the biggest financial players in the world. The title of this video is Why BlackRock is Quietly Loading Up on Silver and Why Most People Will Pay Later. And by the end of this video, you will clearly understand why silver matters, why big institutions care, and why waiting too long could be very costly for normal people like us. Let me start with a simple truth. Big money never moves loudly. When smart money sees danger or opportunity, it moves quietly, slowly, and patiently. BlackRock is the biggest asset manager in the world. It controls trillions of dollars. When a company like BlackRock starts paying attention to something, it is never random. It is never emotional. It is always strategic. And right now, silver is quietly becoming more important than most people realize. For many years, silver was ignored. Gold always got the attention. Gold was called the safe haven. Gold was talked about on the news. Silver stayed in the background. People thought silver was boring, old-fashioned, or just an industrial metal. But that way of thinking is changing, especially among big financial institutions. Silver is special because it plays two roles at the same time. First, silver is real money. It has been used as money for thousands of years. Long before paper money, before banks, before governments printed currency, silver had value. It could not be printed, it could not be created from nothing. It had to be mined, refined, and stored. That alone gives silver a type of honesty that paper money does not have. Second, silver is extremely important for modern technology. It is used in solar panels, electric vehicles, smartphones, medical equipment, military technology, and many other industries. Silver is one of the best conductors of electricity in the world. As the world becomes more digital and more electric, silver demand keeps increasing. Now think about this. We have a metal that is both money and a critical industrial resource. At the same time, governments around the world are printing massive amounts of currency. Debt is exploding. Inflation is eating away purchasing power. Trust in paper money is slowly fading. This combination creates a perfect setup for silver. BlackRock understands this. They do not need to announce it loudly. They do not need headlines. They position themselves early. They build exposure through funds, ETFs, mining investments, and strategic holdings. While normal people argue online about crypto versus stocks, big institutions are quietly preparing for a different future. One of the biggest problems today is inflation. Prices keep rising. Food costs more, energy costs more, rent costs more, but wages do not rise at the same speed. This means people are getting poorer slowly, even if they don't notice it right away. Inflation is like a silent tax. It steals your purchasing power every single day. Silver historically protected people from inflation. When paper money loses value, real assets tend to rise. Silver cannot be printed. There is a limited supply. Mining silver is expensive and time-consuming. You cannot just create more silver because you want to. That scarcity matters. Another important point is silver supply. Most people think silver mining is growing fast, but the truth is different. Many silver mines are actually byproducts of other mining operations like copper or zinc. This means silver supply does not easily increase even if prices go up. At the same time, industrial demand keeps rising. This creates pressure. BlackRock looks at supply and demand very carefully. When demand rises faster than supply, prices eventually follow. It may not happen tomorrow, it may not happen next month, but long-term trends are very powerful. Big money plays the long game. Now let's talk about why most people will pay later. The average person usually reacts late. They wait for confirmation. They wait for headlines. They wait for prices to already be high. By the time silver is talked about everywhere, the easy gains are already gone. This is how financial cycles work, again and again. Think about housing. Think about stocks. Think about crypto. Early movers take risk, but get rewarded. Late movers feel safe, but pay higher prices. BlackRock does not wait for public excitement. They move when things are quiet and undervalued. Another reason silver is important is trust. Trust in governments and financial systems is slowly weakening. Banks fail, bailouts happen, rules change overnight. People realize that money in a bank is not always fully under their control. Silver is a physical asset. If you hold it, you own it directly. There is no counterparty risk. BlackRock understands risk. They manage risk better than almost anyone else. They do not put all their faith in one system. They diversify. Silver is a hedge. It is insurance against things going wrong. There is also a green energy angle. Solar energy is growing fast worldwide. Silver is a key material in solar panels. Governments are pushing green policies. Electric vehicles are becoming more common. All of this increases silver demand. This is not a theory. This is happening right now. At the same time, investment demand for silver is also rising. People are slowly waking up. Central banks buy gold, but institutions see silver as undervalued compared to gold. Historically, the gold-to-silver ratio shows silver is cheap relative to gold. Big money notices these things. Another key point is manipulation and suppression. Silver prices have been held down for years through paper markets and derivatives. Many experts believe silver is one of the most manipulated markets in the world. But manipulation cannot last forever. When physical demand becomes strong enough, paper games break. BlackRock understands market structure. They know paper promises are not the same as physical supply. When confidence in paper contracts weakens, physical assets gain power. Silver benefits directly from this shift. Now, let me be very clear. This video is not financial advice. It is education. The goal is awareness. Most people never study money. They never learn how the system works. They work hard, save in cash, and slowly lose value over time. Understanding silver is about understanding protection. Silver is not about getting rich overnight. It is about preserving value. It is about patience. It is about preparing, not panicking. BlackRock does not panic. They prepare. Another reason people will pay later is psychology. When prices are low, people are not interested. When prices are high, people feel fear of missing out. This leads to bad decisions. Buying silver quietly, slowly, and with understanding is very different from chasing hype. Let's also talk about history. Throughout history, when currencies failed, silver survived. Empires rose and fell, but silver remained valuable. Paper currencies come and go. Silver stays. BlackRock studies history deeply. They do not ignore lessons from the past. The world is also becoming more unstable. Geopolitical tensions, wars, trade conflicts, and sanctions all add uncertainty. Uncertainty increases the value of real assets. Silver is portable, divisible, and universally recognized. Many people think silver is too cheap to matter. That is exactly why it matters. Big opportunities usually look boring at first. When something becomes exciting, it is often already expensive. BlackRock's quiet interest sends a message. It says they see risks ahead. It says they see value where others are not looking. It says they are positioning before the crowd. For normal people, the lesson is simple. Do not ignore silver just because it is not trending on social media. Do not wait until everyone is talking about it. Learn, study, think long term. Silver is not against technology. It supports technology. Silver is not against growth. It protects during instability. That balance makes it powerful. Most people end up paying later because they underestimate time. They move through life believing they have more time than they actually do. More time to prepare, more time to react, more time before things change. But reality is different. Time doesn't announce itself. It doesn't warn you before it accelerates. It simply keeps moving. And in markets, major changes rarely happen all at once. They build slowly, quietly, in the background. Prices stay flat for long periods, making people bored, skeptical, or dismissive. Then suddenly, everything moves at once. By the time the average person notices, reacts, and tries to get involved, the opportunity is smaller and the cost is higher. This is the difference between retail behavior and institutional behavior. BlackRock, for example, does not play on a short-term timeline. They think in decades, not days. They do not get emotional over headlines, tweets, or daily volatility. Their decisions are strategic, data-driven, and based on long-term trends. They don't care about public opinions or narratives. They care about outcomes. They care about positioning. They care about where the world is heading, not where the crowd thinks it's heading this week. When you look ahead, the macro picture is becoming more obvious. The coming years will likely bring more inflation, more national debt, more money printing, and more strain on the global financial system. Governments need money to function, so they borrow more. Central banks create more currency to support that borrowing. With each cycle, purchasing power declines. This environment benefits scarce, real, and industrially valuable assets, and silver happens to be all three. So the question is not whether silver matters, it clearly does. The real question is when the broader public will recognize that reality. BlackRock already understands it. The institutions have already positioned themselves. If you learned something from this video, remember that knowledge is power. Awareness today can protect you tomorrow. Silver is quiet. BlackRock is quiet. But when the move finally comes, the impact could be very loud. Thank you for watching.